Okay.
Hello and welcome back to Lakewood. Mr. Larson and I are here and we'd like to take some time to go over our PBIS expectations for our building. So the next few days we'll be going through procedures for showing respect, responsibility, and safety in the different areas of our building. Today we're going to talk about cafeteria and the lunchroom. So when you come in from recess, you'll have lunch before, or you'll have recess before lunch. You'll come in from recess from those doors way down there, walking quietly and under control all the way down here, and you're going to go lined up for lunch. Lining up in two lines, and you can see these cones here ready to go. On your way in, you can get a drink of water, go to the restroom, but then you need to quietly get in line so that we're ready for lunch.
There'll always be one of us, either Mrs. Jensen, Mr. Collins, myself, Mrs. Anderson, standing here at the door. We'll expect you. You'll line up, and sometimes the line will go all the way down past the restrooms, but we expect you to keep your hands to yourself and be able to wait in line and do a good job with that. Once you come in and you get to the start of the line, we'll kind of let you go so that we're not stuffing the lunchroom full of kids, but at the same time we want to keep the line moving, so we'll just kind of direct you and let you know what comes in. Big change this year. This is something everyone needs to listen to. You must take 1 scoop of fruit, 1 scoop of vegetables, or 2 scoops of fruit and 2 scoops of vegetables. But you have to take either 2 scoops of vegetables, 2 scoops of fruit, or 1 of each. That is a new mandate that they're going to be following very closely. The other thing is, if you're just a cold lunch and you're getting milk, you got to get in line just like everybody else.
Another thing you have the option to do, and we'd encourage you to do, is when you get to this point, to wash your hands. Okay? Wash your hands before you come into the line, and then when you walk in, you want to be respectful, walking through and polite and saying please and thank you, but you also want to move quickly because we have a lot of kids we need to get through the lunchroom. Okay? Part of being responsible is making sure that you can get your tray, you can serve yourself, get your milk, and making sure that you don't spill or take too much. Because once you take it out of there, then it's yours. You have to keep it. So not touching any food that is not yours. Once you get to the end, you will check out with one of the nutrition ladies. Make sure that you tell them your name and give them your lunch card. And then once that's done, then you need to get out of the way for everybody else.
Let's go check out the lunchroom. Once you have your tray, now one thing you got to really be conscientious of. We expect everyone here at Lakewood, you're getting older and you're getting stronger, but we still expect you to carry your tray with 2 hands. The last thing we want to see is people dropping their lunch trays. When you come in here, some days, like the first day today when you'll be watching this, you will have green numbers on the lunch tables. When you see that, that means it's assigned seating. Why we have assigned seating is we want to make sure everyone has a friend to sit by that first week of school. We want to make sure that, and some days we do it just because it's easier to do. It's just easier for us, and it's sometimes nice for the kids too. When you come in and you see assigned seats, you'll know where your assigned seat is and you just sit down. If it's not assigned seats, then you're going to go in, find a place to sit, and go and stay seated. When you come in, one thing we don't want to see is we don't want to see a big group of people all waiting so that they can only sit with one friend. Go sit, find an open spot, sit there, and I guarantee you a group of friends will come sit by you.
Okay, coming on in to the cafeteria, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you get your condiments, ketchup, mustard, napkin, before you go sit down. Because once you get seated, we want you to stay seated until you leave. If you need to get up to go to the restroom or go get a napkin or whatever, you need to get an adult's permission. So you raise your hand until an adult comes around, and then we will help you and give you permission to go to the restroom, to get a napkin, and whatever. But you stay seated, and you eat, and you talk with your friends until you are dismissed. We will dismiss you. You don't decide when you go, but we will dismiss you to go put your things away.
When you're sitting with your friends, you should be able to use a nice, quiet speaking voice. It doesn't need to get too loud, and we'll try and monitor that and help you learn that too. So you stay in your seats and you just talk, you know, at a nice pleasure tone with the people around you at your table. When it's time to get done eating, me, Mrs. Jensen, Mrs. Anderson, and Mr. Collins will come around to your tables. When we tap your table and tell you goodbye and have a good day, that means it's your time to go up and dump your trays. Me and Mr. Collins are going to demonstrate kind of what it looks like when you come in to dump your trays. The garbage cans will be up here. There'll be two lines. I'm going to be in one line, Mr. Collins is in the other line. We have our trays.
Put our utensils.
We put it in the utensils in the big bin, drop them in there, okay? Come through. We tap 2 or 3 times. And now watch, here's kind of the key. We're going to put our tray up on here for the people to clean. I'm going to go outside and around.
And I'm going to go inside and through this door.
We're going to help you learn how to do this. We don't expect you to know how to do it right away, but one thing we do want you to do is we want to work together. There's over 200 kids in each class that we're trying to get through here eating in about 20 minutes. So we all have to work together to make Lakewood, the best lunchroom it can be.
So let's review. Let's see if we've got respect, responsibility, and safety in the lunchroom. Respect. Respect adults, peers, and equipment. Include everyone at the table. Use polite language and respectful voices. Use good manners, please and thank you. To show responsibility, we walk quietly to and from the lunchroom because other classes may be in session. We use line basics while waiting. Lay utensils in the pan, throw away trash, and stack our tray. And listen immediately when signal is given. If we need your attention for some announcements, we may clap or get your attention. You need to be quiet and listen to the adults when that happens. And as far as safety, keep your hands, feet, body, and objects to yourself like anywhere else. Touch only the food that you will take and eat. No touching other people's food or tray. Clean up after you are dismissed. Clean your table up. And get adult permission before you leave, because we need to know where you are at all times. So that is the Lakewood Lunchroom for you.